Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I am your host, Quantum Tater. Say hello. Oh, don't leave it open. We're good. We're good. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. Let's go ahead and eat a kelp crisp. Keep ahead of the game on that food line, food train. Last time, we built out one of our cargo containers, and then I did a little work off stream. But this is, I changed up the front because I think I like the way that's going to look better. Um, let's see. What did we added some blocks? We created this monstrosity that didn't work the way we wanted it to, and so we were going to be redoing that. I added some blocks here. I did some stuff. Let's turn the lights on. I was gonna sleep off and get it sunny time, but problem is I don't want to be building that thing. So what are we gonna do today? We gotta knock a couple things out. One, we got some of these things on, so we can go ahead and slap out some welding really quick while I think about some stuff. Come over here. I started the drill, and it's still wrong way. It's still cooking. Nice and good, I think. It is. I did stop it and I added the secondary vertical piston, so we should be at some point getting to that cobalt, I hope. If not, then we'll add a third and so forth and so on. Clyde asked why so many large cargo containers. He also said I made him think of his dad. He'd say something funny. He said I look like a bear cub playing with my trying to get that battery on. I appreciate the strange sentiment, Clyde. I do appreciate that. And yeah, the trike thing, I think it could be made more useful on the moon, but I think I'm going to scrap it nonetheless. John said that when he had in mind for a small hydro bike, that is not what he had in mind because neither is it hydro, it is also not a bike. Um, and it's even more dangerous than the squirrel, which the original suggestion was to like make a safer passage for the squirrel than the squirrel driving back and forth. Uh, and uh, and so that's even more dangerous. And he said, let's be honest, though, it still made twice as many trips as we initially thought it would, which is not untrue, right? And then Clyde said that I've gone 3 episodes without having to require a new clone, so the insurance is reviving my stuff. Utility shed's turning out nice. The trike, not so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. So I will say from the standpoint of, let's go and get those things welded up. From the standpoint of the trike, look at that. I added some lights too. We'll go take a look at all the things that I did. Welders, turn these things off. From the standpoint of the trike, yeah, we're just going to redo it. I added some lighting. I haven't named them all or done anything like that. I got a couple in between these things just to kind of give some light. So if we turn off the thing, it's not just in complete darkness. But I kind of like the different shape of the tops. And Clyde, honestly, why so many large cargo containers? I don't have any plans, and I know this armor is not going to do a whole lot of defensive measures with regards to if we start getting attacked here. So I do know all those things. I honestly, I just wanted to have extra things. So what we're going to do today, we're going to probably do a little bit of time lapsing. It's going to be a weird week for me. I have a convention. I got stuff I've got to do work wise, which is always as exactly as fun as we think it is. And because of that, my plan is going to probably be to maybe do some quick episodes in succession. So I want to build, and we're gonna get to work on this guy over here. Um, and I have an idea of what I want it to look like, and I think what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to start with a I'm going to start with this guy here, and I think what I'm going to try to do is build it up a little higher than I normally would, and then we can relocate the connector once I feel like I've got the height I need. But that way this thing can be charging batteries, doing all the things it needs to do. That's going to be my plan. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to come up some, and yeah, we're going to go. And it's going to be weirdly tall for a minute. And not because I want to keep it weirdly tall, but because I think my plan is going to be to do some different stuff. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this time lapse underway. I want to get a hydro bike, an actual hydro craft, saddlecraft, up and running and useful. And we'll probably take the container off of this guy and the battery and do all those things. I'm not going to try to move too many of them just because I was struggling real hard time last time with the thing. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get that done. So first and foremost, let's get ourselves a cockpit going, and we're going to start a time lapse. I'm not really sure what kind of music I want to use. That will come to me in the future, I imagine. And I think what we're going to do from this round is the bike is going to say, ooh, is there a small grid of these? Oh, there is a small grid battery pack. Oh, we're doing this. Unintentionally. I didn't realize there was a small grid one, so we're going to do that. I think unintentionally, I had really liked the idea of something. Unintentionally. I don't even know what I was going to say. But I think I like the idea of some things, not other things. My brain's not functioning fully. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this little hydrogen bike up and running and give it some juice. And then we'll kind of go from there and see where and what things look like. I honestly don't know where the thing that I'm looking for was. I was trying to look for a hydrogen engine, but I apparently don't have it on my bar anymore. That's another thing I wanted to do is I was going to get yet another one of these bad boys up and maybe stick it on the end of this thing right here just so that it has, you know what I could do? I could do what I'm about to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do this right here. We're going to pull this container right there and there we go. And I think we're going to add another one of these, just to kind of give it, yeah, we're gonna give it another one of these things here because I think what we need is more hydrogen production. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. And yeah, we'll get this time lapse started. We'll see what we'll kind of go through, and I'm not going to name. I think what I think I was trying to say is I'm not going to name the bike or paint the bike until it gets a name, until it survives long enough to get a name, and then it survives getting a name. That's the idea. That's the idea. So we're going to get this thing built up so that we have more hydrogen production happening, and we'll go ahead and get this thing underway. So I will keep you guys posted. Well, let's go. Alrighty. Now that we've got all of these hydrogen tanks set up, we should turn off stockpile. And then we're going to need thrust. I think we could just do the thrust on the bar here. We'll say, we'll just toggle on off. That should be good for now. So in theory, we've got ourselves a little bike. We got a power source that can recharge. We got a battery there. The power source is obviously off currently, so if we kick all the thrusters on, we should have thrust in all the directions. We have 2 gyros, which should be enough. If I go down here and I say connector, we should have this one connector here. Small connector is good. We'll say switch lock on this bad boy there. And then we should be able to go for a quick jaunt. Oh, it's quick. Fast is definitely the moral of the story. The battery gives us a little bit of pause. It's kind of an obnoxious thing. I initially built it to have. Oh, we'll make a quick trip. I initially built it to have a hydrogen generator on here, but obviously the point of that, like that takes up a lot of space, so like I'm not going to do that. The problem is these small tanks, while I do have 4 of them, it is certainly not a lot of hydrogen fuel. So it seems like it's going down pretty quick. We're already at 70%. We started at 90. Like that's crazy. I know the hydrogen engine is currently off, so I know that's not the issue. Um, so far it looks pretty good. It is definitely bike-like. I don't know if this meets John's approval or my approval for that matter, but it's definitely compact. Gets the job done. I think I'll have it a little bit closer to the ground. Um, let's see. Uh, there we go. I don't think this has a small. It does not have a small grid container, so we can stop it, turn it off, and then these things have a tendency to drain energy as they go. So obviously I need to church it up, so maybe put some armor and stuff on it, and this is going to have to be fixed up. But I think we got the workings of something neat here. I wanted to use kind of the new battery, but we already had this guy on board, so I thought, why use the modular batteries just yet? And I want to see if this has, how do I get downstairs? I want to see if if this is currently purchasing thruster components, because we have still a metric crapload of those. There's nobody here. Right, there was people here last time. I'm not losing my mind. Those people existed, and now they don't exist. So whatever that means. Right, will you buy thruster components? You will not. You will buy cobalt ingots for some money. You know what? We could do our first contract could be done here. How come the people aren't here today, right? They were here the other day. I don't know. It's super suspicious. I don't trust it. Uh, let's go ahead and go upstairs. I'm not gonna go through the ladder efforts. There we go. So we got ourselves a little vehicle. It's I did the event controller specifically so I could do the things, you know, the docking things. But the event controller doesn't seem to want to come up. Why not? What are you called? Oh, you're a programmable block, you dumb dumb. Oh, and I'm in a safe zone, so I can't do anything. That is not the right button. All right, so this rousingly successful. Let's go get ourselves an unknown signal. Huh? We can go test out the... It has no storage, so it's literally to get around to and from spaces. Obviously, like I said, that connector is super long. We probably would just have it at the same height as the engines, ultimately, is what I'm thinking. But I wanted to get something down. This definitely works. We need to put some headlights on the bad boy. And I have an idea what that might look like. But the fuel usage is definitely... Like, this is a short trip vehicle for sure. Um, it's like first round, like the EV1 electric vehicle from Chevy. You can go approximately 500 feet before you need to recharge. Um, all in all, I'd say pretty successful. Um, I would like to put an event controller on here, not a programmable block. And I also see that I'm getting sun exposure. So in order to stop that, I guess I would have to make sure that I'm always tilting the vehicle so that I'm not in direct sunlight. I think is what that would be. Oh, are you doing what I think you're doing? You are running away. Hey, bro. Hey, look, an event controller. Perfect. Ooh, vegetable seeds and poisonous food. I do love that. I think we're... Uh-oh, I'm lagging. Whoa, that was a lot of lag. I don't know where we're headed currently. I need to very quickly... Okay, yeah, we definitely... Are we in gravity? We are. So I need to head back to the base. Yep, back to the base. Where are we... Ground zero. We're supposed to be at the moon mine, not ground zero. Okay, let's get ourselves out of that. This thing accelerates super quick, that's for sure. Man, the inefficiency of hydrogen ships. Like I do love hydrogen. It's obviously superior in a lot of ways, but boy howdy does it use fuel fast. And that the engine's not on. Like so once if I needed to recharge my battery, we'd be cooking this energy even more. It would be even worse. So but this thing definitely gets us around quickly. I don't know that we even need the giant battery. It's just, I do like that I'm one-handed saddling this bad boy. Like, what is that about? I'm not that cool a rider, I promise. That's cobalt and silver. I don't think we need that currently, although we could use with a better refill station. All right, let's see if I can't get... We're going to have to... This thing is kind of big, too. It's not really a hydrogen bike, per se. That's okay. So let's see. We're at 49%. We're going to do a quick one of those bad boys, and then let's grab 9. I think we're gonna do this one, and the only reason I say that is because in case we need to add additional thrust, we can do that right there. And then, so from there, let's see, we're still just hovering. Just hovering. We need, there we go, event controller, perfect. So we need to do wind connected, switch lock enabled, switch connector locked, add, select actions, groups, wind connected, turn off, unconnected, turn on. Number 2, we can go ahead and switch this guy to recharge, and then enable auto. And then we probably should have a tank, all of these, hydro tank. And then we can have event controller eventually do that too. So select actions, number 3, say turn stockpile on, stockpile off. There we go. Perfect. And now we should be able to bring it on down. And then this thing needs some lighting, obviously. There's that. We get that hooked on there. And we don't have the thing on the bar, because why would we? Because we just took it off the bar for no reason. And we're going to switch luck here. Boom. Look at that. Like a glove. And then we just need to add some power and stuff to it, I think, is probably the next step. So there we go. We got ourselves a little dirt bike guy. That works really well. It's good enough. I don't think I'm going to... I don't know if I want to add parts to it yet, or if I want to... Like, I don't think I want to... I can heavy it up a little bit. Like, I can maybe do like this guy here, and then, I don't know. How slopey boy do we want to make it? I don't think we want to make it that slopey boy. But maybe we do. I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. All right, go on back to that time lapse. Give me just a few seconds. All right, give it a little look. It's got a little like saucer look. Obviously needs some down armor and stuff, but I think that's not too bad. Probably gonna want to go bop, flap, and then, you know what? I think we could probably honestly do this guy here. Oh, and then, yeah, that's good. That's good. Good, 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 good. And then to keep some continuity. Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at that. And then from there, I can definitely, I could do these right here because that matches that block. And then, oh, yeah, that looks cool. Oh, spiky boy. See what we got. And then do this right there. It's got some good stuff. And then I was thinking before I did what I just did, we could just have some headlights, but we can still do that. So 7. Let's do 6. Yeah, we need this. I don't want that one. Or those. Those are too much, I think. Let's do this there, and this there, and then that will be our headlights. And then same thing, we just get in here, turn the welders on, be like, skadoosh. Get some looks. Yeah, look at that. Obviously, we could put a little bit of blockage around that engine right there. I might actually take that off. We might do that. First let's make sure the welder's off because I just nearly cooked myself again. So we could definitely, like, if we just take this guy off here, like, I know it unfinishes the front, but then we could just grab one of these guys here and we could do like we don't need another reverse thrust, and that gives it like that sort of a truck look. I think that looks cool. And then on the underside, what do we got? I think we could just do, no, I kind of like this. Just a thing like that, and then we could even give it one of them bad boys there. I know I'm just floating around upside down right now. I feel like sometimes I need to like go to space so that I can go to space so I can freaking work in sub G so that I can like not have to sit here and do this right here, because obviously, what's that noise? That's alarming. Don't you love when you're like doing something and then you hear sounds? Also, how come there's not moon bugs? Like, I know there's not. Like it makes sense that there's not, but how come? How come there's not moon bugs? Let's go ahead and get all this stuff chopped up. I know, inventory full. Oh, I guess I can go ahead and, what do you need? You can have this, 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 this still, that right there. Expired slop. Why can't I put this somewhere? Here, put that there. Why can't I put anything anywhere? This is obscene. There we go. You can have that and that. Yeah, we're good. Okay, go ahead and chop the rest of this crap up. Because honestly, this is not ever going to become a thing. I know Clyde didn't think it was the worst thing. I also didn't think I will say I didn't think it was the worst thing, but I definitely felt like it wasn't good. So I think it'll be okay that we don't have it anymore. I think there's an opportunity for a vehicle like this, and once I get it more fleshed out in my head, I might go back to it. I think when I try to make things really compact, the problem comes in that I don't typically succeed in that because I watched a build video a long time ago, like how to build things, like how to build certain ships and stuff, and there was some thoughts about, oh, I'm liking the way this thing looks. I think it looks good. And then I think what we should do, sorry, I just scrolled myself into this, but what if we did like, oh, it's not gonna work. What if we did, okay, so hear me out. We do this guy here. That's cool. And then the 7 is gonna have to be this guy here because that makes sense there. And then what if we just did this? Like, boom. Looks like that. And then same thing over here. We just turn this guy around, turn this guy around, and then 6. We can do that right there. And then I think we don't necessarily have to do anything there. But yeah, that works. That works. And then if that's just a miniature piece, it is just a miniature piece. So we'd have to have, I don't know. We'll think of what to do on the bottom side because currently I don't have any bottom side design ideas. But I think one of the things that I read or I was watching, and we're gonna go here and we're gonna say welders, and we're gonna say on off. So one of the things I saw was like when you're building ships, you don't have to make a ship for every purpose. And I think that's something I really truly struggle with. Like I want to make a ship that does everything instead of like a ship like this is just a runabout. This thing is not useful for anything other than potentially running about. And that's okay. That's a perfect use of a ship like this. Like why wouldn't I have a ship where I can just do effectively errands? And it's because like my brain's like, no, it's got to be able to do everything. It needs to do everything. Like even the squirrel, which arguably doesn't do anything well except for keep me alive, but it's useful, and it's been pretty useful, and it looks wonky as hell. It doesn't look anything like a squirrel. Um, so yeah, that's so I just tend to want to build like a ship that can like it needs to be able to do every single thing, but like why? It doesn't. It doesn't have to do anything, everything. It doesn't have to do anything actually. Can literally do nothing if I choose. So I think that's something I don't think about. The other thing I don't think about is this guy here definitely we need to expand the landing pad because it's too close for how long my ship is. And this is wrong in every single way. So that's cool. And I think honestly I probably should have that's okay. I'm gonna say I probably should have done like a thing where these blocks here were yeah, that's better. That's better. It's a better landing pad, and then I can stick a door here. I can just go ahead and get that sort of prepped up now. Uh, where's my door button? There it is. And the other thing I need to do, so yeah, I typically try to build two multi-purpose, and like, what does that get me? It gets me, like, some of the ships are okay, but some of them are like, oh, we get it, like, it can do everything, but like, it doesn't need to do everything. It needs to do one thing well, and I don't. I'm just like, nah, what if I try to make it so complicated it's awful? And then I stick with that plan. All right, let's do that. And then I think we had that there. No, that's not right. How did I do this last time? Oh, I did it this way. This guy here, this guy there. And then I think I used interior blocks to make that the thing. But I don't remember where I put the interior blocks on my bar. The other thing I need to do when making, this is something I've also seen people do that I think is a really neat idea. When you go to build out your stuff, like, okay, like some people take it to the extreme, right? There's a couple of YouTubers. And I wish I could think of ones like I think Lunar Colony is one of those people who doesn't like to use multiple bars. I also think that Engineered Coffee's this way. He doesn't like to have like multiple bars and things like that. And so what he does is he just when he's looking for a block, he just effectively um like just opens his bar, pulls the things he needs on it, and then so forth and so on. And I think Splitsy I am nowhere near to Splitsy's tier, so that's not what I'm saying. But I think he's more akin to Like he has a bar, this is the bars for his light blocks, this is the bar for this, and like he has those set, and then he never deletes anything off the bars once he's done using it. Like if I'm doing base design stuff, I should probably have a full set of bars and things. So that's just some thoughts. This looks like a little, honestly, it looks like there's a Star Wars ship. It's like a minor troop transport that looks very similar to this. That's what this looks like. It's got that vibe. Let's take it for a swim. Take it for a swim. While we've got this stuff on there, we might. I don't think I plan to add additional. I don't think I plan to add additional fuel on here, but yeah, look at this. Dun, 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 dun. This is a jet bike. I hope this is what you were talking about, buddy. John. As I'm gonna nuke it right as soon as I. Yeah, get this thing going. Oh, see, we just cooked some fuel though. Like that's not good for anybody. And this would be specifically for running back and forth. Like I need to go get some more algae. I would run back and forth. I really don't even need to go back to ground zero anymore. It's just, I don't really think I need to, but that doesn't mean it's not nice to have the option. Yeah, and I'm stopping a little slower, but not too bad. So I can very easily, like, come in for a landing. And I know at some point, I don't remember who it was. I think it was John. It may have been John, may have been Clyde, may have been Chad. I'm not really sure. Chad's given me insurance adjuster claim help. But one of those guys said that he usually, oh, it's John. He said he usually builds these things further out so that they don't explode. Probably a great idea that I'm not going to adhere to, but it is definitely an idea. So that being said, we're not doing rover stuff right now. So see, this is one of those things. So I probably don't need these. I definitely want to put an antenna on that guy. I don't think I need a landing gear, but we can go ahead and get an antenna on this bad boy because I think we're going to need one. So where should we put the antenna? I kind of had this idea of like, what if I stuck it? Looks like a little spoiler, right? That's funny. Can I set it? No, I can't. I'm gonna say, can I set it right there? I can't. What if we like? How come I'm not? It's not letting me. Yeah, what if we stick it right there? That's a perfect spot for it. And then HUD text, we're gonna have this. We need a name for this thing, so I'm just gonna hop on this ship really quick. We're gonna get on there. We're gonna turn on the welders. And then for now, we're gonna call this Hydro Cart. Until we get a name and a color. Need a name and a paint scheme. Part of me wants to. Let's see if I can do this. Let's have a look ski. Oh, I don't like that, by the way, this transition. That feels awful. We're gonna have to do something about that. Yep. You know what we need to also do something about? This right here. One, two, three, four, five. Ooh. Is that gonna... No, it's not. Okay, we should be good. And I see this is one of those things, like where'd I put the air vents? Right there. Um... Yeah, we need an air vent over there. Good grief. There we go. There we go. We get on this thing, and this is gonna get me cooked one of these days. But we got airlocks to there. That'll be good. can go ahead and yeah, we'll just do some stuff like that. Throw the cargo back in there really quick. Okay, let's see what we got. So what do we think? What do we think this thing's gonna be called, guys? We have a general idea of this thing. It's definitely not safe. Oh, that's what I was gonna try really quick. Let's go take a look and see if it's something I can do. Go right here. I need components. I'm gonna eat this slop. Here we go. Poison slop. Let's see how much damage it does. Oh, yep, it's hurting me. Ow. How much? I'd be curious to see how much. Oh, it hurt me in food and everything. Good. That was a solid choice that I made. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, solid choice. I did the smartest thing I could have done just now. Okay, that was a waste. I forgot that they changed it to where like it doesn't give you the benefit. Just ignore me. That was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done it, and I did it anyway. So here we are, doing the dumb. Okay, well that was fun, and now I'm injured and hungry. Let's see if I can eat enough kelp. So what should we call this thing? And then the other thing I was going to do, let's see. Let me get some winders. I think I want to try to do the 1 by 2. That should work. So what if we had this? Hear me out really quick. No, I don't like this. I thought it could be cool, like maybe it still can be. Let's find out. Let's find out if we can do something cool here. I don't think we can, but it's always worth a look. 2. I think these are going to be the wrong. They are. So let's go Windows. Need to knock this guy out of there. Put that there. I think it's because this right here. So let's go back now. Let's go back there. Yeah, like that. And then we do this right here. See if that. All right, what does that look like? Oh yeah, see like a little canopy, and it's blocking the sun. I think currently. Let's see. Is our sun going down or up? That's the question. It's going up because the sun is peeking out right there. What if I? Yeah, is it going down now? Yeah, windscreen working. Effective. Effective windscreen. Now the question is, you're right. We're gonna check and see if it'll work. Can I get a witness? Oh no, it's taking up too much space. That'd been really freaking good. Yeah, like imagine if I could get it to like if I could get this like this, but like ah, if I could just get it to go back over the thing. The bounding box for that. Anyways, this still works. So what do we think this thing's gonna be called, guys? I know we got to do some groundwork on it, and I'll work on that kind of off screen. I think we'll finish it out. Maybe not actually. I don't know. What do you think? So I think that's going to be it for this one. So because I've got stuff going on the end of this week, the next step for this is going to be some base building. I'm gonna do some base building now. We're gonna cut into another thing. So I think for now that's gonna be it for this episode. And if you enjoyed this and you enjoyed our little cart, whatever it be, let me know. I think it looks cool as hell. I think it's gonna be. It's not exactly a bike, John. True. It's not exactly. Here, let's run over here really quick. This is hard to do in this camera view. Not exactly a bike, but it looks cool. And that is kind of what's important. So you guys give me a name. If you think this thing's cool and you think it serves at least the basic purpose, then we're going to keep it. We're going to keep this bad boy and we're going to do some work on it. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think of it. I appreciate you coming along for the journey. Like I said, this one's gonna end, and we're gonna hop right into some base building stuff, and that's probably gonna come out in between comments. I'm not gonna just what it is. I've got some stuff I gotta take care of, so that is my plan. I'm also gonna add another block. I can already see what I'm gonna do right now. So, but if you enjoyed this, you know what to do. I appreciate you guys being here, guys. Thanks for the comments. There's gonna be this next episode. I'm gonna have to do without comments, so I'm just gonna be flying blind on base building. But I think it's gonna be just a short, sweet. I say short, sweet, and then it never is. But it's gonna be just a sweet little base building episode, and yeah, we're gonna get that done. So I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind and yeah, stay on right. Bye.